there, this is my Genz Benz Diablo 100C. 100C is it's a 100-watt combo as opposed to the straight 100 that you see online, which is just the head as opposed to the whole combo unit. I'm just selling this amp because I don't use it all that much anymore, but it's still a great amp out there. And I'm doing this video up just because I didn't find that there were any demo videos online that sort of showed what this amp, the full range of what this amp can do. I saw sort of a lot of like metal-oriented things, and this amp just does so much more. So anyway, just to get started, this is the sort of the clean, straight-up clean sound that comes out of this amp. Tone there. You can do your Lenny style thing on this amp, you know, Stevie Ray clean tones. So that's sort of a nice kind of clean tone demonstration. You got like your Clapton-y lay down Sally thing. Sam's got great possibilities for country players. So that's your straight up clean tone with the Diablo 100C. Then you move on to the next stage, which is what they call the vintage warm gain. And this is all controlled by the foot pedal here at my feet. As you can see, it's got all of these options here to choose from, and that's all right at your feet. And that's kind of a pretty nice feature for you know, built-in gain stages in an amp. You don't get that kind of flexibility on board usually. So anyways, we're going to take that from the clean and go to the vintage tone. So that's a little bit more grit, as you would expect, and just sort of like your classic overdriven, you know, sort of working Fender Marshall kind of sound. The 12-inch. So you know, I like the Hendrixy Power Soul, like. Into the vintage territory. And of course, that's sort of your pride and joy neck of the woods. So that old kind of, you know, Dumble super overdrive kind of sound. This amp can do all of that as well. Moving on over into the higher gain channels, we kick it up into the what's called, you've got the warm and then you've got the hot option here. So this will kick it up into the hot, or pardon me, the warm. So sound, obviously sounding with, we'll dial this back and just kind of start with a lower gain. So just kind of that old classic kind of high-watty Marshall-y sound there. And then you can sort of obviously gain that up a fair bit into more of this territory. Is sort of the warm overdrive. That's kind of your nice lead tone, as you can see. Kicking it up another notch, we take it up into the hot gain. So I'll dial back the gain here on the amp, actually. So that's just your regular warm gain. This kicks it up another notch. So. Definitely a little more rock and roll to be had there, and then as we take it up even higher, Now, what's also cool about this is that you can add a compression stage to this as well from the foot pedal. Two sort of things that are unique to this amplifier. You've got what's called the hot texture option. So that was what we would call the dynamic tone in the hot channel. So that is, again, just to compare right side by side. To it, and then this is sort of compression sound. So that's the compressed stage of this amp as well. Another neat feature that I find useful for taking this amp over the top when you want it, that little extra kick in the solo, it's called the Global Attack feature, and that's right here. And what that does is it basically just gives you a little more edge, kind of takes you over the top for the solo a little bit, so without it, it sounds like this. Excuse my hum here, it's obviously single coils pretty close to the amp, but anyway, that's sort of the idea for that. So that's a pretty good little rundown of what the Genz Benz El Diablo can do. I may or may not get around to posting one of these with a Les Paul, but you get the idea. That's your single coil tone for the Genz Benz. I guess one other thing I can show you here is like a full-on saturation kind of metal tone here. So let me see if I can get that going. We're just going to crank everything right up here in terms of contour and kind of suck it in the mids here a bit. So that gives you, again, just an idea of how broad the tonal spectrum is for one of these amps. Yeah, check it out. It's the Genz Benz El Diablo 100C. This amp is for sale, So, drop me a line.